Jesse, on the record, this is a brand new machine, is it not?
Yes, it is.
When did it get here?
It got here about 6 to 8 weeks ago.
Okay,
Brand new.
thank you. Today is the 23rd of February 2018. We're here with Dr. Kaslow's brand new Hermann machine and my analyzer, an IKO 100D. And I've already zeroed out the analyzer, and we're going to press duration at 20. So it's coming through the analyzer now. And that's really quite accurate on duration. Okay, so now we're going to turn it off and go up concentration. I want to show how we purge the analyzer. I just took air into here, and we're going to purge all the ozone out of there, so that should go down to close to 0, and it did. It went down to 0, or very close, just by purging it. Okay, turn it off.
To clear it.
To clear the line.
ozone.
Yeah, we're doing that each time. Turn it off. We're now collecting ozone into the syringe port at 70. I'm going to flush it. And it is going through a filter, which is good. Always keep the camera in the horizontal direction, please. And now we're putting it on the analyzer, and we're passing it through the analyzer. You make sure you can see the analyzer. Get close. And the analyzer now says 58. And the Hermann machine was programmed for 70. So it's significantly off. And come back and show the analyzer. It was programmed for 70. Good. We've purged the analyzer. Now we're going to check Howard Robbins' famous 55 gamma for DIV. And we'll flush that.
Press it again.
Don't need to flush it again. One should be enough. And now we're flushing 55 gamma. Get closer so you
I
can
know,
see
I want
it.
to show the whole line.
Okay. All right, at 55, it's delivering 38. And show the machine again. It was delivering 55.
Let me show the syringe.
And I'm still pushing it through. And the machine says 55. The ozone machine says 55. And get the readout on the panel. The readout on the panel says 38. Okay, significantly off. Shannon, would you agree?
Yes.
And we're programming it now for 25 gamma for prolozone injections. Let's flush.
Maybe flush again just for a peek. Okay.
Jerry, I love you. I think you're a bit pedantic.
Okay.
All right. That should be 25. Not bad. So at least at 25, you know what you're getting. That's spot on. Okay, turn it off. We're pressing syringe, and we're going to do 40. We'll flush it. That's all you need to flush. You don't need to do it twice. You only need to flush about 10 cc's. Maybe 20. I'll give you 20. All right. So now we're pushing this through at 40. 36.6. That would be within the 10% tolerance. Okay, so with lower concentrations, it's not too bad. Okay, turn. All right, we're pressing rectal insufflation. We're going to take out 0 so we don't breathe it. And we're going to press OK. So it's flushing now with oxygen, which is fine. We're going to take 50 cc's out, and it's taking 50 out. And I'm going to suck it out till there's 0 pressure in there to make sure we get a clean reading. And we barely got 25 cc's when we press 50. I think I pressed 50, correct, Shannon?
Yes.
And Terry? We'll press 50 again. And I'm going to suck it out manually to get the pressure down to 0. Here's the pressures down to 0 inside. And we got 50 cc's when I pressed 50 twice. So it delivered 100, and it only gave us 50. It says it delivered 100, but the syringe says it only delivered 50. Problem, would you not agree?
Yes.
Shannon, you're the nurse of Dr. Caslow. Terry, you're my partner. All right. Stop. Start. Now we'll take 25 cc's out. And we got to get the pressure down, so I'm going to suck out what's the little bit of pressure that's there. And we have about 15 cc's. Let's check 25 again. And that's the 150 is just cumulative, so don't worry about it. We took 50 out. Now we're going to take 75 out. And now we're going to take out a total of 100. All right, so we took out a total of 100 this time. Even though that says 200, it was from the previous 250s. All right. We took out 100 and it measures 50. So it's 100% off, or it's 50. We'll say it's 50% off. Whatever we're asking it to deliver, it's delivering half. Okay? You can turn it insufflation, 0 concentration right now. We'll press OK. And we're going to press 25, and we'll see what we get. So there's 25. I'm going to take it out to pressure of 0 because there was a little bit of volume left in there. Now we'll press 25 again. It's up to 50. Now it's up to 75. And now the machine tells us it delivered 100, but it only delivered 50. So there's a significant problem here. Turn it off. All right, now we're going to actually measure it as it's producing ozone at 10, just in case maybe the machine will be more accurate if it's producing ozone. So we'll press 25 once. We'll press 25 again. We'll press 25 a third time. It says it's delivered 75. And we'll press it a third time. It says it's delivered 100. No pressure in the machine. I got all the volume. And here is what came out, 50 cc's. Any question? Shannon?
No.
You're a customer of Hermann. Would you agree that this was done all right?
Yes.
Thank you. All right, we're ready to do hyperbaric mode right now. And I flushed it, so it's at about 0. So now we're going to do infusion. The concentration is going to be 70. We'll press OK. And the air trap is, okay, now we're going to get ozone. So we're going to get ozone and fill the syringe up. So now the syringe is going to be filling up on its own under pressure. And I'm going to pump this into the analyzer at 70. And what is the analyzer telling you?
18.
All right, now we're going to come up and fill this again, 60 cc's, and I'm going to put it into the analyzer. And what is it telling you?
60.7.
60.7. And now I'm going to do it one more time. That was 120 cc's. And now on the next 60 cc's, what does it read, please?
10.9.
10.9. So it cut off totally after 120 cc's. And you thought you were giving, so I'm going to do it 4 times,
It's 0.
Yeah.
and it's
nothing.
0.
It's just like-
Now, we got Shannon, Dr. Caslow's nurse, and
Jesse.
Jesse.
Mm-hmm.
What you were telling me, what you were noticing with this machine? Let's get both of you together.
Well,
What
what I notice when I use it is once the blood fills up, I turn on the ozone machine for the ozone to go in, and it will cut off at about 120 cc's, about right before it gets to halfway down the egg.
So you notice that yourself,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
you notice this.
Yeah.
So the testing here is confirming your observations, correct? And you can tell that it cuts off because you stop hearing the generator, the line of the
Exactly.
generator.
And she noticed it with the old machine as well as this new machine.
Right.
Yeah.
The old machine went back because of this, and now the new machine comes back with the same problem.
Exactly. As soon as we got it, it's the same thing.
Right out of the box.
Right.
Out of the box.
Thank you. We're going to check it a different way. All right. Shannon had this program for 200 cc's. That's okay. And Shannon had it programmed for maximum pressure 0.8. Shannon, correct? You programmed this, right? All right, we're going to press ozone. And now it's going to make ozone, and it's going to fill up these. Caslow was brilliant. And we're going to get one at a time. It just cut off. On the third one, it cut off. Okay, keep it going, and now we're just going to check and see if ozone, if we got ozone. So we're going to check the very first syringe. All right, so now we're pushing the first syringe through, and you should look at the analyzer and see what it's getting. Can you tell me what it's getting?
18.1.
18.1. All right. And now we're going to do the second syringe. What is the second syringe getting? You'll tell me in a moment.
659.5.
This
Yeah.
one is 59.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so this one did pick up some ozone, 59. Now we're going to do the third one. 53. All right, and now we're going to do the fourth one.
52.
No.
No, it's gone.
None.
Nothing.
None. Okay, that original 52 was what
Was
it was
from the
just
previous.
flushing through. It was from the previous one. Shut it off.
Can you imagine what we've been giving our patients?
Yeah, I don't know. That's much less than what we thought.
Yeah.
Are you well, that's
We're-
much less than what you had programmed.
Well, we
But
thought
you
we were
let-
giving our patients 70 gamma.
Yeah, and
But-
we were
they're-
surprised they weren't getting any results after 10 passes, 10 passes continuously.
With the new machine.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
Without the hemoglobin?
No, with and without.
With and
the-
without, you
yes,
weren't getting
with the
results.
Yeah.
With and
tri-Q
without.
beds with the
What we're going to do now is check pressure. But I want to show the syringes. Caslow has this rigged up so that simply by throwing these levers, one syringe after another will fill up. That was ingenious, and I'm really happy that he went beyond what I did. So we're going to press infusion here. It's a concentration of 70. We're going to press OK, and I'm going to turn off the very first port to the machine so we can see how much pressure it delivers. So I just pressed OK. It's flushing. Now we're going to press ozone. And it didn't make it to 0.8. It made it a little bit more than 0.7. That's okay. No one's going to be upset. Now we're going to fill up the first syringe by turning this all the way up. And it cut off. Did you hear it cut off? Okay, we took out 240. So now let's go through this. We'll shut this off. And now we're going to flush the first syringe, which we can go back to the analyzer. You saw me turn the valve. The first syringe is going in. Terry, take it to the analyzer, please. What's it say?
53.2.
Okay, so this first 60 had 53.2. Now we're going to open the second syringe, and we're going to pump in the second syringe, 60 cc's in. And by now the second syringe should have arrived at the analyzer.
68.1.
So this is the second syringe is the only one that's relatively decent. All right, is it still 68.1?
Yes.
Get it, Terry,
I
please.
get.
All right, and now we're going to do the third syringe. Okay, you can go to the analyzer. Nobody's going to accuse me of disconnecting this.
It is down to
Eight?
7.9.
Yeah.
What is it?
7.8.
7.8 on the third syringe.
Mm-hmm.
So we essentially only have one syringe that is delivering ozone. And then we'll do the fourth one,
It's down to 0.
and it's down
Negative,
to 0. Okay, brand new machine. Okay, you can turn it off. I want to do one more thing while it's off. We're going to press infusion now. 70. And both of you agree that this is tight. All the syringes are tight.
Yes.
Do it.
Yes,
Do it.
all the syringes are on their tight.
Okay, flushed at 70. Now we're going to give ozone. Here comes the first 60. Under pressure. Here's another one. Next one. And the pressure, there it is under pressure. You can see it on the console. And here's the fourth. And the machine cut off prematurely, right? Mm-hmm. So now, let's turn off this. Now we're going to flush one at a time. Here's the first one. So now we're going to push this into the analyzer. Number one's going into the analyzer. What's the analyzer say?
28.4.
28.4 in the first one. Second one's going into the analyzer.
73.2.
So the second one has accuracy. Now the third one is going into the analyzer. And what's this one say?
50? No, 49.5.2.
Okay, so this was way off. And now the last one's going into the analyzer,
It's 0.
and it's 0.
So this was variable as well because the
It's
second-
very... All right, ladies, what did you observe here?
So each time that we tested, the numbers were different every single time. It was no consistent values. It seemed like the second syringe produced roughly 70 gamma
On a couple
on a
tests,
couple tests.
but others it was
It
in
was
50.
under.
It was under
Uh-huh.
60.
Right, and the last syringe, nothing.
Nothing. So it appears at best, one syringe on a test or two came out at 70. Generally, it was less than 60. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Correct, yeah.
And we got one syringe, and that's 60 cc's of either reasonable or semi-reasonable gas.
Correct.
Otherwise, the rest of it was pretty poor.
So
Right.
25% of what we got is actually what we thought we were giving.
Right,
And it's cutting off way prematurely as well.
right. And this explains, you believe this explains the results that you're seeing?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay, because you said you haven't gotten any better results with this machine than the previous machine.
No.
Okay, thank you. Ladies, you watched me do this. Is there any doubt in your mind that I didn't conduct a fair test, or I use sleight of hand here to alter anything?
No,
Not at all.
No chance.
no chance.
Thank you. I'm going to post this so the other doctors can see. Okay? Thank you very much.
Get good results?
Yeah.
You just said how many, what percent of your patients were not getting results you wanted?
About 80%.
Okay.
Not the results we wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't you say you had a patient herself buy one of these
Yeah.
machines?
She bought one out of her own free will. She bought it to give herself
At
rectal
home.
ozone at
And
home.
what were you saying about her happiness or her results?
She hasn't been getting results. She's still sick to this day.
Okay. Expensive purchase.
Right. Right.
You were also talking about problems you noticed simply pulling ozone out with the
Right.
syringe.
Out of the syringe
Yeah.
to try to do a one pass UBI or EBU.
Okay.
And it'll only give me O2, no ozone. And I can hear that because when the ozone generates, you can hear
whine.
kind of a little whine and a whistle.
Exactly.
So we push the ozone to give us in the syringe, and when I push it out and kind of to smell, because I can tell there's nothing there, it's only O2. So I'll put the syringe back on, rinse again, do the same thing, O2. Put it again. I could do that like 4 or 5 times. One time I was at it for like 15 minutes. I even told Shannon until finally it gave me ozone, and then I can start my IV on my patient.
Wow, so just pulling ozone out.
So
in
I
the
was
simplest-
surprised it didn't do that to you. I was just telling her out of all the times it doesn't do it to him, but it does it to me all the time. She even had to turn it off, turn it on.
We've gotten in the habit of when he asks for ozone for his prolo patients, I'll fill it up and then I'll smell
Yeah,
it
we'll
before I
smell
even
it,
take it to
because
him
we
because
wanna
we
make
know
sure
it's
they're
sometimes
getting-
only oxygen.
Jesse, you're very seasoned with doing ozone,
Correct.
hyperbaric.
Yes.
Is there, in your mind, was this a fair test?
100% fair test. You did the test multiple times to give the machine, the benefit of the doubt, so to say. You checked the settings. It was completely fair test in my opinion.
Do you think that there was bias in me in any way in doing this test?
Not at all. Not at all.
Do you think I might have come in with an axe to grind against the machine?
No, as a matter of fact, perhaps you were hoping that it was working accurately.
I was.
Yeah.
I really was. Thank you. At 50 from the machine into the analyzer.
Wow. Perfect. Perfect at 50
Terry,
gamma.
video them saying, wow, perfect.
Wow. Perfect at 50 gamma.
Now I'm going to turn it to 70. All right, and we'll go over to the analyzer.
73.7.
That's quite acceptable.
Yeah,
All right,
it's
it's quite
great.
acceptable. And now we're going to come down to where you might be needing it for prolozone. Let's say 21. Okay, so it's on 21.
Wow.
Wow is right.
That's great.
It's spot on. All right. Okay, you can turn it off.
That'll make